We take you back to those proceedings where we are, of course, seeing the official name change of Nicol Drive being changed to Winnie Mandela Drive.
May I be allowed to proceed and acknowledge the President of Al Jamaa, President Geniet Hendricks, as well as the leadership of the African Independent Congress and the PAC, who are also part of the Government of Local Unity, the MMC for Environment and Infrastructure, Jack Skwaila, the Secretary General of the ANC Women's League, Nokuthula Kaba. You would remember Mama Winnie was a leader of the ANC Women's League. She was a president of the Women's League. SG, you are acknowledged. The president of the ANC Youth League, Colin Malachi. The EFF Student Command, Sihle Lonzi. I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge all minority parties present. I have not seen all of them, but we acknowledge all the minority parties in the Government of Local Unity. I would like to take this opportunity to request the Premier of Gauteng, Gauteng Panyaza Lesufi, to come and address us, Mr.
Thank you so much, Program Director, Program Directors. Let me acknowledge and appreciate the family of our beloved Mama, Winnie Mandela. Let me acknowledge the Executive Mayor and all members of the Mayoral Committee. I want to acknowledge the leadership of the church and all traditional leaders that are present here. Let me appreciate the presence of our First Lady and our Second Lady, together with all ministers that are coming from national government. I also want to acknowledge the MECs and members of the legislature that are here. I want to acknowledge and appreciate all political parties that are present, and also thank all members of NGOs and other organs of civil society, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen. If we think it's about the road, we are all mistaken. It's about us cementing a name that symbolizes our pain and suffering. This street is not about Winnie Mandela. This street is about all of us. It's just a symbol of who we are and where we come from. If we had a choice, this street will carry all the names of our leaders, especially women who led our struggle. I speak about Nokukhanya Lituli, I speak about Ledambuli, Miriam Makeba, Albertina Sisulu, Betha Kowa, Auntie Sophie Tibrain, Amina Kashalia, Helen Joseph, Charlotte Makleke, Aida Mtwana, Lillian Masidi Bangoi, and many other women. Everyone is allowed to claim her because Winnie belongs to all of us. Our enemies are also allowed to insult us. Actually, her entire life, insult turned her to be vulgar-proof. In her own words, she said, and I quote, "I'm the product of the masses of our country and the product of my enemies." End quote. Mama Winnie was a shield to all of us. Mama Winnie was our savior. She chose us when we were supposed to choose her. She led us when leadership was scared to lead us. She's a symbol of bravery. She knew the battle trenches. She stood for freedom, even those that hated our freedom. enjoyed the same freedom. To name this street after her doesn't mean we hate other leaders or we don't recognize them. But Mama Winnie was too special, and her teachings deserve our support and the naming of this street. As we move closer to the naming of this street, let's do so by learning from our past renaming experiences. If we rename a hospital after Chris Hani, its services must truly represent Chris Hani. If we rename an airport after Oliver Tambo, nothing must be faulty about that airport, as Oliver Tambo was never faulty to us. This road, like any other road, must be under our care and must be the way we want other roads to be. It is us that chose this street. Let us not leave it to be a street that will embarrass us in the future. Mama, you might be gone, but you are forever in our thoughts. Mama, you might not be with us, but today, our children's children will know that you are with us, not only today or tomorrow, but forever. Unlike those that have hated us, unlike those that were forgiven, even in your ceremony, they chose to be absent, believing that our reconciliation is forever. We can pull it back anytime we need to. As we bid farewell to those that have names that didn't represent us, as we welcome your beautiful name, we are proud that we did it. I want to thank the government of local unity. We might go through difficulties. We might have our doubts. We might have our limitations. Unity is the future. It's only when we combine our thoughts, our ideas, and our work that we can honor leaders like Winnie Mandela. We might differ. We might come from different political parties, but Winnie Mandela represents all of us. Mama, we love you. Betrayal to our total emancipation of our nation is not an option. As we raise your name today, be assured you will live forever and will love you forever. Thank you so much.
Long live the spirit of Mama Winnie Mandela, long live. Igama lama nkosikazi malibongwe. Libongwe, 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 libongwe. Igama lama nkosikazi malibongwe. Long live the spirit of Winnie Mandela, long live. We now call upon the Honorable Minister of Transport, Mama Usiniswira Chukunga, to come on stage.
Winnie Mandela.
spirit of Mama Winnie Mandela, long live. Malibongwe. Amandla. Awethu. Amandla. Awethu. Thank you very much, Program Director, for the opportunity. I want to acknowledge the presence of our First Lady and the Second Lady. Acknowledge the presence of the leadership from the province, national, from the metro. Also the leadership from the African National Congress. Also the leadership from other parties that are here and have joined us. Yes. Last night, yesterday, we lost Zoleka Mandela, the daughter of Ma Winnie Mandela. For us, as the Department of Transport, Zoleka was our road safety ambassador. She championed the 2011-2020 decade of action for road safety. She also championed the 2021-2030 decade of action for road safety. We therefore have lost an ambassador as the Department of Transport, and we mourn with the family, but also we mourn with all those that have lost their loved ones on the roads through road accidents, even this past weekend. I just want again to confirm and to affirm our support for the naming of this road after the stalwart. In that regard, I want to acknowledge the presence of Ma Winnie Mandela's family amongst us here. It is worth and it is correct, it is right that we name this important drive after this hero. Mayor Winnie Mandela was just one of those people that we looked after during the most difficult times of apartheid oppression. She lived a life of other people than to focus on her life. She lived for us. She wanted to see this South Africa being liberated. At the most difficult time, she's one of the people who said, the people shall govern. This happened in 1955 when the oppressor was very strong. This happened again in 1956 when there was the march to the Union Building and women were marching to the Union Building, saying to the most difficult and most strong government, saying, you are not going to call us dumb people. We are not dumb, we are human beings. She's one of the people who paved the way, saying we too are South Africans and have a right to live in this country and to contribute and to benefit and to share the wealth of the country. We therefore are here to say indeed it is correct to name this road. It forms part of the 159,000 kilometers of the paved road that we have in South Africa. That puts us at number 19 in the world in terms of the length of our paved roads. It forms part of the roads of South Africa that actually make us to have 750,000 kilometers of the total road network in South Africa. That puts us at number 11 in the world in terms of the length of our roads. We are able to know this in South Africa because our roads are proclaimed. Unlike many other countries that may even be better than us, our roads are proclaimed. If you look at the countries that are above South Africa in terms of the length of their roads, you're going to have your US's, your China, your Brazil, your whatever. All of them are above us. But we come as the first in Africa at number 11 in terms of the length of our roads. And this is because our roads are proclaimed. We know we name them as South Africa. And therefore this road again is going to be named in terms of government, in terms of gazetting. It is going to be named and known as Winnie Mandela Drive. And we celebrate, we are happy about that. So it's not just about naming. It's not just something that it's going to go to legal documents. It's going to be gazetted so that whoever will come, if they want to change the name at whatever time, if that can happen, as a matter of fact, it's not going to happen. They will have to undergo a legal process, as we have done here today. We therefore are coming here to celebrate yet another milestone in the history of South Africa. We've come to again make history by naming this road after a woman, a powerful woman, a struggle hero, one of those women that we hold high in South Africa. The name of Winnie Mandela will live and live forever. And it is important that it starts with us. It begins with us telling our children, those who want to, they tell us that we must no longer talk about our history. We cannot not talk about ourselves. I'm a product of apartheid. I'm a product of Bantu education. And whoever says I must not talk about Bantu education is saying I must not talk about myself. I must not tell people that when I grow up, there was no school built for me. I went to the church because there was no school. And they say we must not tell our children. I say here today, because we remember this woman, let's go back to our families and tell them as to who Winnie Mandela is and what she stands for and why we are here today. And that this democracy did not come on a silver platter. It came out of blood and sweat, out of women such as Winnie Mandela. And we can't take it for granted today. The enemy has not given up. We must never forget that. The enemy knows what it did in the past, and it is never going to give up. And therefore we are here as part of department to say we celebrate the renaming of this road and we support it. Amandla!
Watinti mbokonto, watinti mbokonto, watinti mbokonto, opa kombe kopa. Honorable Chukunga, we really appreciate the commitment that you've made with regards to gazetting the renaming of the entire street. I know for a fact that women do not make political rhetorics. I know for a fact that when a woman makes a commitment, it's a commitment that she will ensure that it happens. As I stand here, I'm sure that this thing is going to happen as in yesterday. We really appreciate to have leaders like you who we see that they are definitely following in the right steps of the mother of the nation. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for me to call upon those who will be representing isizwe samangutyana nesizwe sozondwa oMadiba to come and give a message that will be His Royal Highness, or I mean Her Royal Highness Usamakhosi Nana Abafori Obiri and Zipokazi Manawe.
Honorable Dr. Tepo Motsepe, First Lady of South Africa, the Mayor of the City of Johannesburg, Kabelo Gwamanda, Honorable Panyaza Lesufi, Honorable Sindiswe Chikunga, First Deputy Secretary General of the African National Congress, Nomvula Mokwenyane, His Royal Highness Prince Tumbumuzi Dlamini, Her Royal Highnesses Princess Zaziwe Manoe and Princess Zamaswazi Dlamini Mandela, His Royal Highness Prince Zozuko Dlamini, the Mandikizela Mandela family, honorable ministers, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Zamakosi Nana Aba Fariwa Obiri. My cousins Zipo Kazi Manoe and Zenkosi Manoe. I stand here today to express the heartfelt sentiments of my family as we mark what would have been my great-grandmother's 87th birthday. We are deeply humbled and honored that the city of Johannesburg have seen it fit to honor my great-grandmother, the late Winnie Mandela Mandela, fondly known as the mother of the nation, and to us, the family, as Big Mommy. As we are aware, our great-grandmother became not only a symbol, but also a lasting and enduring flame of what the essence and meaning of our liberation struggle was about. To me, she was Big Mommy, the woman who was always there for me when I needed her, and a great source of laughter and comfort. She would always show up for me, especially on Grandparents' Day at school. I miss her every day, and I'm so proud to stand here and be part of ensuring that her legacy will live on for generations. Her name will be known to all who may have not been exposed to the painful history that my family has endured. She never, unlike many, lost sight of what the aim of the struggle was about, and in the process, never wavered from her responsibilities, duties, and commitments to serve and represent her people. This steadfast commitment was never more evident by the fact that she refused to leave Soweto, wanting always to be close and accessible to her people. Though freedom was obtained, she recognized that her people still lived in economic poverty, which denied them the very freedoms she and other women selflessly sacrificed so much to obtain. The renaming of Nicol Drive to Winnie Mandela Drive clearly demonstrates the esteem the people of the city of Johannesburg have for her and the role she played in liberating South Africa from the shackles of apartheid. This tribute clearly demonstrates South Africa's commitment and intent to ensuring that her name does not blast into historical oblivion.
Winnie Madikizela Mandela was an 11-year-old child in the Transvaal when plans began for the original road, first named P79/1, that today stretches for 4 kilometers from Hyde Park all the way to the Western Bypass. It was the year before the National Party became the governing party of South Africa and instituted the official policy of apartheid, which my great-grandmother grew up to fight, especially once she had made her home here in Johannesburg. From 1953, this city was always her home, even in the bleak years from 1977 to 1985, when she was forced by the apartheid regime to live in the Free State town of Bryansfort. It is a road that Big Mommy traveled often in the course of her life, and it is the road I traveled daily to and from school. But most importantly, for my beloved family, it is the road that takes us to our final resting place. I am happy to know that from today on, every time the road is mentioned in traffic reports, written on the addresses of residents and businesses, each time it is given in directions, my great-grandmother's name will be acknowledged. I would like to thank my great-grandmother's political home, the African National Congress. Your unwavering commitment in ensuring her name is entrenched in South African history highlights the qualities, principles, and morals fortitude by which so many women live by. Once again, on behalf of my family, I would like to express how deeply moved and honored we are to have a street named after Big Mommy, the icon and social activist for freedom, justice, and equality in all its manifestations. This is a tribute to the most powerful woman in my life and family, Big Mommy, my grandmothers, Zinani and Zinzi, and to my Aunt Zolega, may she rest in peace. I thank you.
Thank you very much. I would like to call on the Speaker of Council to come and assist us with the presentation to... Okay, just a minute. The Chief Whip of Council and the Speaker of Council, we are now going to officially present as the City of Johannesburg the commemorative plates which symbolize this momentous occasion. The plates are engraved with what we call the crest of the city, as well as which is the coat of arms and our logo. I would like to officially call on stage Zaziwe and Swati to receive the commemorative plates on behalf of the family.
my fighters. Go pa. Thank you, fighters. Thank you so much. The plate reads as thus: in honor of the revered mother of the nation and freedom fighter, Nomzamo Winnie Mandela, the city of Johannesburg on Tuesday, 26 September 2023, renamed William Nicol Drive to Winnie Mandela Drive.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker and the Whip of Council. I have been requested to acknowledge the chairperson of the South African Geographical Names Committee, Palisa Kari. This is an important day. We appreciate you. I would like to officially call the MMC for Transport to do a vote of thanks for us. MMC Kunene.
Salute Mama Winnie Mandela, salute! Salute Mama Winnie Mandela, salute! Long live the revolutionary spirit of Mama Mandela, long live! Long live the undying spirit of Mama Winnie, long live! Thank you very much. Mine is very simple and straight to the point. Let me say that all protocol observed. Let me say that all protocol observed. I've been asked to do a vote of thanks as the MMC of Transport. This matter of the renaming of the street was brought to my table in July, and that it has been about 4 years or so since a council resolution has been done. But there has not been any implementation. We then came together with Councillor Magwenchu and Councillor Masuku, brought the team together. We were very clear that in September, we want to see the unveiling of the street. The officials came with all sorts of excuses. But I insisted that in September, we want to unveil Winnie Mandela Drive so that we bury William Nicol, because it's long overdue. We must not play with power, leaders. When we have been voted in government, we must never play with power. Some of us in the 80s, young as we were, became part of the struggle. And we knew the name Winnie Mandela. We sought to go to Brantford as we were growing up in the Free State, to go and see our stalwart, to go and see this revolutionary woman. We were deprived by the apartheid government. So we cannot be apologetic about renaming our streets. Many of them must come. We are going to remove, and we must remove Premier, all the names of our oppressors from our streets. The Louis Potters must go. The Hendrik Potgieters must go. The Hendrik Verboert must go. All of them must go. We are the only country that allow ourselves to be traumatized everywhere we drive when we have to direct people. I get angry every time I have to tell somebody that I'm on Louis Potter or Hendrik Verwoerd. We have political power. Let us exercise it. Let us not be apologetic. We have led you, Premier and Ministers, as the city of Johannesburg. We have showed you that it can be done. We are looking up to you. But let us thank everyone who is here, all the political parties that are here, members of the government of local unity, other political parties that are here. We have invited even the opposition parties, but as you know that the Moonshot Pact is not about patriotism, they are about the selfish interest of white minority and white rule. They are not here. So we expected them not to come, and we are fine because we are cruising nicely. We are going to Unveil very nicely. We have no disturbances. So I want to thank the family for having afforded us this opportunity. We wanted to do this on the first week of September, but the family requested that it be done on this day, which is the birthday of Mama Winnie. We appreciate your support, working hand in hand with us. We want to thank the African National Congress leadership that is here, the DSG. You know, I am called Papa Action as an MMC, and she is called Mama Action. So we share some names. I want to thank the leader of COPE, the leader of Al-Jama, the leaders of the economic freedom fighters that are here. Leader Spetele, who is the secretary of our PMC. I want to thank the regional secretary of the ANC, who is the chairperson of our PMC, Sasabona Manganye, and the whole regional leadership. I want to thank all the political parties, ATM, Leader Magwentu here, MMC, is the chairperson of ATM in the region of Johannesburg. We want to thank AIC leadership that is here. We want to thank Good Party that is also here, that are part of our GLU, and all other political parties that I might not have mentioned. The Pan-Africanist Congress is related to Africa. So we want to thank everyone, and this is a great day. Let us be happy. Let us have fun. Let us show those who are driving here who are not happy that we are happy. And if they are not happy, they must take pain tablets. I see Councillor Mtongo is also here of AIC. Thank you very much. And we want to thank the media for also coming and covering this event. Ministers, Mama Nkosazana, I often cook. I want to cook Otanda. Yeah. No, we appreciate your presence, Mama, and all the other ministers, Minister of Transport. We really appreciate the support as the city of Johannesburg. Mama Ramaphosa, Rialebua Mama, the First Lady. Mayara must take lessons. We want to see the First Lady also. When we do things, the Mayor must take lessons. The Second Lady, we want to thank you also for coming, for your presence. Thank you very much, Program Director. Salute!
Thank you very much.